Thank you for viewing this overview of the XTR Reporter Pro software from Intelligent Recording. This video focuses on the advanced reporting, scoring, and archiving features of this application. If you haven't already done so, please also view the video that covers the basic features of the application. Let's start by reviewing the scoring portion of the software. The call scoring module transforms the recording your phone calls into an application customized to your specific requirements that will help you improve your business. The first step is to create the forms that you will use to evaluate your calls. These will be customized for the various types of calls your business generates or receives. The first step to creating forms is to open the My Call Score Access panel. Once opened, click on the ribbon in the menu bar of the panel. This opens the Call Score Form Management window. In this example, two forms are already created, one for a sales call, the other for a customer service call. To create your own form, you simply click on the new form icon and then name the form whatever you choose. Now it's simply a matter of adding the questions. You can have up to 10 questions per form. To add a question, you can choose from a list of predefined questions or create your own question by selecting the new question icon. These questions can be yes or no or scale questions. You also then determine the relative importance of each question, keeping in mind once the form is completed, the value of all questions must add up to 100%. You then just type in the question and select OK. You repeat this process for each question in your form. You can create any number of forms. Then, during the scoring process, you select the form most appropriate for the type of call that you are reviewing at that time. Once you have created your forms, the next step is to score or grade a call. To do this, you simply select the call you want to listen to, and while it is playing back, right-click on the recording and select Score. You can see this pulls up your scoring forms. Now while you're listening to the call, you just select the score for each question. You can also score the same call using more than one form if desired. Any question can also be deemed not applicable to the call. A good example of this is in the sales call form. The last question, as you can see, is asking if the sale was closed or not. It may be that not every sales call has a closing opportunity. Therefore, it wouldn't always be right to say yes and perhaps not fair to say no. So we would select not applicable. This takes the value of this question and then distributes them over the other questions, resulting in an accurate and fair score for this call. Once a call has been scored, you can see a value of the call is generated and placed in the call list view. This enables you to sort calls by high or low scores for review or training purposes. Also, when a call is scored, it is automatically marked as important. This removes the call from any auto-delete routine that might be in place in the recorder software, keeping this data in place for tracking the historical progress of each agent. After the calls are scored, you can then quickly and easily get reports that will compare your employees to each other, as well as allow you to drill down on the individual to determine their strengths, weaknesses, and trends. In addition, there are reports that provide statistical information about your group and individual agent performance. The first step in running the reports is to compile the calls for the date range you would like included in the report. So, if you want a weekly report, compile a week's worth of calls, a monthly report, a month's worth, and so on. In this case, I will compile all calls in the selected folder to get an all-inclusive report. After compiling the calls, I then select from the Tools menu the type of reports I want to run. First, I will choose the Custom Report option. For the purposes of the demonstration, I will select all the options, as well as write a few notes about the report we are creating. The program then creates a number of reports based on the data selected. The first report shows call volume by user. Next is average call length by user, followed by call volume by unique caller ID. This report shows if the user is talking to a variety of customers or perhaps only to the same customers over and over again. Next, it shows a graphical representation of over time, call volume by length of call, and call volume by hour in the day. Finally, since I chose to have the system also provide a detailed printout of every call with a link to the recording, a full listing of the calls are included next. This report can then be printed, saved, or exported into a variety of formats including CSV, PDF, HTML, XLS, or as an RTF document. Next, let's look at the reports that are generated from the call scoring module. These are accessed by selecting the Other option in the Tools menu for Analysis Reports. From there, you select whether to choose a group or collective report or an individual agent report. First, let's select Collective, then Scores by User ID. This then displays a report for each scoring form that you have created and compares the agents to one another and allows you to quickly and easily identify any problems in your group. The next step will be to then drill down on the individual agents to determine the strengths and weaknesses of each agent. To select an individual agent for analysis, simply first highlight the agent you want to run the report on, then select Assessments by User ID. This then pulls up the forms and the grades the agent was given for each question. Also, you can scroll down and see whether the agent is improving over time or not. This becomes an excellent tool to use for employee coaching and evaluation purposes. If further agent-specific information is required, you can also pull a simple agent summary report. This report highlights average call length, unique caller ID statistics, call length, and busy hour during the day statistics for each agent. You can also choose to run your reports by teams. This can be done by simply selecting the Team Report option and then selecting the members of the team you want to evaluate. This wraps up our overview of the reporting and scoring portion of the application. Next, let's review the call archiving module. Having some form of archiving is essential to ensure that calls are not lost due to a hard drive failure on the host PC. The call archiving module is standard in the Reporter Pro application. To get started with this module, simply click on the disk icon in the toolbar and then select the Settings option. This is a very simple but effective way of backing up your recordings of a specific user or for your entire company. To set this up, you simply select which folder or folders you want archived and add them to the selection list. Next, you select which calls to archive, all calls or only those not yet archived, and then schedule when this archive should occur. Please note the PC where the Reporter Pro software is installed does need to be turned on at the time selected. If it is off, it will send a reminder on restart. You also select whether you want to keep the original recordings in place or delete them, as well as the format of the archive, whether by user, by month, or by the original directory structure set in the Recorder software. Finally, choose the format of the archive files and the destination path. The archive routine will then run on a scheduled basis and back up your calls as desired. This concludes our overview of the advanced features of the XTR Reporter Pro application. As you can see, the XTR Reporter Pro software is a very simple and powerful application that will help you not only manage your calls, but help improve your business by providing constant feedback and monitoring of each person you are recording. Your employees will also learn to appreciate the valuable and specific feedback you can provide to assist them in improving their overall performance.